What up, what up? This is Ray Grand, your host, and you're listening to The Ray Grand Show, where we talk about redefining a disability and overcoming. I've been paralyzed from 22 years from bacterial spinal meningitis. I know a few things. That's right. Thank you for listening, and let's get to it. Good day, people. This is The Ray Grand Show. This is Ray Grand, your host, and today we're going to be talking about, do you have student loans with a disability? And I had a lot of requests and emails and social media DMs asking me questions, so I decided to do a part 2 to go more in depth on what we're talking about. The name of the program is Total and Permanent Disability Discharge, and who administrates that is called NELNET. And NELNET assists the U.S. Department of Education through this program, TPD, to discharge student loans for persons who have a permanent disability. What is actual discharge? The discharge. Loans that were made under the William D. Ford Federal Direct Loan program. Also loans that were made under the Federal Family Education Loan Program. Also loans under the Federal Perkins Loans Program. Also, if it's a Teach Grants, which requires to be completed a service obligation, so meaning if you were a teacher. So those are the loans under the Total Permanent Disability Discharge. So let's say you take any one of those loans out and you graduate and you have those loans and you're not able to pay those loans and considered permanently disabled. And how do you go about you are considered permanently disabled? Well, there's several ways to do that. So if you are a veteran from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs and you had a veteran discharge and you receive services connected to the disability through the veterans program and have any documentation to say that you are 100% disabled, you would apply through that process, and they will determine whether or not you qualify or not. Another way to have your loans completely forgiven is through the Teach Grant Service Obligation Discharge. And what is required for that is you need to complete the application as well. The third way to apply is to submit a certification from your doctor who is licensed and practiced in the United States, and then to verify that you are totally and permanently disabled. Your physician must be certified that you are unable to engage any substantial gainful activity by reason or medical terminal physical or mental impairment, that it could be cause of result in death, has lasted for a continuous period or not less than 60 months and can be expected to last for a continuous period of not less than 60 months. So in essence, saying that if you have a disability, the doctor thinks most likely you would have that disability for the rest of your life. So to speak on my particular situation, when I applied, my doctor would not fill out that particular documentation. There is documentation for that. He wouldn't sign that because I'm not. My mental state is not disabled. Just my physical legs. However, there's another, which is the last way to apply, is to provide documentation whether you're on Social Security or Social Security disability. And that states you are disabled, because people who are disabled usually are on Social Security disability or Social Security. And so with that documentation, they were able to review that file and I was approved. So my story, which I told last episode, was that My loans were forgiven for $54,000. That's right. They were forgiven. I went to school, college, on a basketball scholarship. And with that scholarship, I was able to travel, live out my dream, and play basketball. However, I had medical complications and I was not able to continue my education and play basketball at the same time. So I had to give up basketball for a little while and I take the scholarship and I had to take out loans. So despite all my medical issues and conditions, I finished school, I graduated, and finished my degree. However, the loans came in, and then when I received the loans, I was like, oh no, I have to pay this per month. There has to be another way. So you know me, I'm a man of God, man of faith. I prayed. I found this program and I applied because I was receiving Social Security. And then when I applied, they approved it. There was a 3-year probationary period if my income doesn't change. And it didn't. And then from there, they forgave $54,000. So if you have a disability and you've been living with a disability for a long time, there is hope. Your loan may be forgiven if you meet any of those requirements I just met. And if you apply and if they seem fit, they will make the decision whether or not they will forgive your loan. I want to do my best to help as much people as possible to help those loans are forgiven and or provide the information so your loans can be forgiven. And I hope this is extremely helpful. And the next steps for you would be to apply. And so how do you apply? Well, pretty simple. Let me tell you and let me give you all the information that you need to apply. First and foremost, you can call them. Their number 1-888-303-7818. And they're open office hours Friday 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. They also have an email address, disabilityinformation@nelnet.net, and that's LELNET.net. Email is disabilityinformation@nelnet.net, and you can contact them with any questions, and they will be more than willing to help you throughout this process. Or if you're someone like me that wants to do it online, you can go to disabilitydischarge.com. And that's spelled DISABILITY, discharge, DISCHARGE.com, disabilitydischarge.com. And I hope that information is helpful. And if your loans are in default and payments are being collected by wage garnish or the treasury offset, the garnish or offset may continue. However, if you request for a TPD, total permanent disability discharge, and it's approved, the wage garnishments and the treasury offset payments will discontinue. They will stop. So this is very, very real. Like I said, my loans were forgiven. $54,000 is a blessing from the heavens above. And I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, email me, contact me anytime through social media, Ray Grand. And the email is theraygranshow@raygrand.com. Make sure you leave a review, comment. Thank you for listening. And until next time, The Ray Grand Show. Thanks for listening. If you like something that you heard, please leave a review. One more thing.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
Love y'all.